Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Ajax Public Library's meditation program, Creating Life Balance, presented by the Heartfulness Institute. My name is Julia Campbell, and I'm the Adult Services Librarian at the Ajax Library. I just wanted to start by covering a couple of housekeeping items. Today's presentation is being recorded, so I would ask that you please keep your webcam and microphones off so that you are not displayed or heard in the recording. We will have a Q&A portion after the presentation, at which point I will stop the recording to protect everyone's privacy and so that everyone feels comfortable sharing and asking questions at that point. And of course, at that point, please feel free to unmute yourself and turn your camera back on if you wish to do so. We have live transcription of our program today, so if you'd like to turn on the subtitles option, you can do so by clicking live transcript at the bottom of the screen and then show subtitles. The chat button is along the bottom if you have any questions or comments you would like to share. You have the option of chatting with everyone, or you can send a private message to me or to Kalia, our presenter. And if you experience any technical difficulties, I recommend that you exit the Zoom and re-enter. And if you continue to have difficulties, please place a comment in the chat and I will do my best to assist you. So now it is my pleasure to introduce our presenter, Kalia Turdueva, who has been practicing heartfulness meditation for over 15 years. She thinks it is just so natural and simple and yet very beneficial, and believes that everyone should include it into their daily life and make it a daily practice, just the same way as we shower, eat, and socialize every day. As a heartfulness facilitator, she loves showing people who are new to meditation how to ground themselves, avoid stress and anxiety, and relax despite any thoughts of everyday disturbances. And this role has given her a sense of meaning and purpose in life. Kalia holds a master's degree in social work and has been trained to become a spiritual trainer of heartfulness, the Sahaj Marg method in India in 2013. And she is very much looking forward to our program this evening. So without further ado, I will turn it over to Kalia to begin her presentation. Welcome, Kalia.
Thank you, Julia, for a nice presentation. Really my pleasure to be here again with Ajax Library Adult Services, and I really enjoy being the presenter. And for those who are here first time, I would say welcome, and enjoy the heartfulness meditation that I'm about to present. For those who are returned again, I would say welcome back. So as you know, every time we meet, rather than just meditating, we would like to find a little angle to the whole meditation. Last sessions, we talked about how to overcome the negative thoughts or anxiety, stress. Today, I thought we would look into the more like how to create a life balance, and how heartfulness meditation can be of assistance here. And before we start, I wanted everybody to really think about this question. What do you do to maintain your life balance during these uncertain times? What do you do to maintain your life balance during these uncertain times? So feel free to put in the chat, or later on during the question and answer session, we can also talk about it. But just hold that question as the presentation progresses. I hope you will find some answers to this question. So again, I wanted to speak about approaches to creating life balance, and talk about what is heartfulness and how meditation can help with establishing the life balance. And the second part of the hour today, I want us to experience the heartfulness relaxation as well as meditation. And I'm sure that's why you're here for. When it comes to really talking about life balance during uncertainty, okay, this is the topic that has been really a big, the life balance has been kind of undermined during the last 20 months of being in the pandemic. So there was a time of change, constant change and adapting, and it was quite challenging to do things that we're used to doing, meeting with friends, spending time with our loved ones, with, going to office, or really just living a normal life. And at that time, we really realized that previous notions of work-life balance or work-family balance has kind of diminished or like disappeared. We are really now talking about how to maintain the life balance in general, because we really working where we're living, right? There's not much of this borderline between the two, or things that we used to do for a work and non-work life, they kind of became also the same. Like it has become a chaotic lifestyle. But even in those times, some of us had courage and patience, and really create that life balance. So now more than ever, we are experiencing that something that we call life balance is very fragile thing. And it involves making more substantial investments and having more positive experiences in the areas that are most important to us. And simply put, like for some of us, it was really about, okay, showing up every day, doing that what is asked of us, maybe going out for walks and maintaining this positive outlook at life, not letting our mental or emotional well-being undermined by any of the external circumstances that are happening. So I think that was really a core essence of what the maintaining life balance for us has been and is still right now. So when we talk about life balance, there are three approaches from what I look. This is more like a traditional, let's say, organizational approach. A balance for the organization or the strategic planning can be also applied to human life, right? If you're aware of this chart, a wheel of life, it's called like a tool for self-coaching, or really like for personal development. This tool is really allows you to look at each category of life, assess where you are standing in terms of, first of all, you pick what is important to you right now. Is it emotional category, spiritual, finance, right, social, physical, health, or intellectual? And it is about approaching it strategically by figuring out what is my belief in each of these categories. Vision, how do I want this area of life feel and look like, right, in the future? And this strategic planning is usually can be done for 1 month ahead, maybe a few months, or 1 year, 5 years, or 10 years. This traditional, it was one of my favorite approaches to life, creating life balance, because it gives you this very like holistic view of where I'm standing right now and where I want to be and how to get there. So we can choose what categories we can work on depending on our personal vision of long-term change. Then we can revisit our purpose and think of the specific actions that we can take in order to reach that life. So again, during the pandemic, during the crisis, this has been not very sustainable, because we don't know what's happening, right? We don't know where our job's going to take us tomorrow. For some of us, it's like it has been an economically or financially uncertain times. So strategic planning, maybe it's a good approach. Again, it may not be applied for some of us, right? Then the next one, okay, so sorry, here I had an example for what is your health and fitness category, just to give you an example of what is the strategic planning approaches. And here you can say, okay, if something like health and fitness is important to me, then my goal would be, or my underlying belief would be, I want to be physically fit. I want to be active. I want to be free of injury, of any disease for as long as possible. And then I think of different strategies, how to achieve that, by looking into my diet, by looking at how active I am on a daily basis, How do I spend time resting? Because as much as active lifestyle is important, resting and the ability to slow down, relax, becoming also an important part of the physical wellness. And then care, self-care. Am I doing specific, taking a specific or taking a special kind of effort to self-care? So those can be the areas, how the strategy is developed, right? And then you develop your objectives and key results, as well as habits, because, okay, I can do, okay, I want to like maybe do 40 push-ups and sit-ups daily, right? Can be some on active activity level, but on the rest level, I also want to be able to sleep, have an adequate amount of sleep from 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. And I also want to encourage stillness by meditating once a day. So strategic, this is an example of really like looking at your category called health and fitness and really going through those steps of how to achieve that physically fit, regularly active, and free of injury of disease kind of state, right, of vision. So the next one would be more like meeting life needs. So those who are not really say, okay, strategic planning is great on the paper, I can't really put it into life. Fine. Another approach would be really looking into the needs. And when we talk about needs, of course, Maslow's hierarchy of needs came to my mind when I want to really demonstrate this. But what this basically tells us in terms of creating life balance is that if we want to feel balanced, if we want to feel like, okay, we are kind of doing fine, everything is taken care of, only when our needs for physiological needs, our safety needs, the social needs, and our self-esteem needs have been met. But there's also a second group of growth needs. When I'm continuing to learn something, I'm reading books, I have, I'm developing my pursuit of beauty and creativity by signing up to different activities, for pursuing some hobbies. And there's a self-actualization, activating my individual potential too. Mind you that Maslow's hierarchy of needs pyramid in its original version had only self-actualization on its very top. So what he said in his original work is that self-actualization, or reaching your human potential, is the highest of all the levels. Right? But later in life, or maybe a few decades, 20 or so years later, he said, wait, no, there is one more level, and that's a self-transcendence, helping others, the level that can be reached, but when we truly learn how to help others, but we also explore something called spiritual experience. And this approach really also speaks to my lifestyle, or the way how I support my, maintain my life balance, is by looking into more like bigger questions of this, what is the, why I'm here, right? What makes, my life shouldn't be all about meeting all these everyday needs. There should be something more, something higher, something beyond that, all of this. So, and this is where I want to talk about spiritual approach, and really discovering spirituality is about understanding the spiritual connectedness between all of us here, between the whole humanity, its connectedness to the nature, our planets, and really realizing that it is about evolving the consciousness of a human being, and self-transcendence, how described by Maslow, or by many other spiritual gurus and authors, is based on this intuitive exploration of our own inner world, our intuition, exploration of wisdom, and our heart. And this is where heartfulness meditation comes in, because it shows us that, answers to all of this question of, oh, how can I create my life balance? How can I overcome this crisis? It lies within us, within our heart, within the practice of meditation that heartfulness meditation offers. And what other practices within the heartfulness called cleaning? And we spoke about it in other sessions, but I can briefly say that cleaning is really getting rid of all the tendencies, impressions of something that has been accumulated within you, within your conscious and subconscious, and that needs to be cleaned. And it's really done very simply by sitting down in after the day of work or a busy day and letting this energy from the universe kind of clean and release any of the tendencies, any of the gross accumulations that tend to accumulate in our heart. The third approach is really keeping a journal. Maybe just really open-ended journaling, figuring out and kind of tapping into the inner wisdom and saying, okay, what is what does my heart say about the life balance? Let's say if it's something, let's say intellectually, right? If in the strategic planning we said intellectual categories about getting knowledge, is about learning something, reading more books. But in spiritual experience, this approach is more like, what if I already have what it takes? What if I can access the inner wisdom and intuition? And that can help me to maintain the life balance. Or on the emotional level, what if rather than shutting down or going into panic during this time of uncertainty, I can bless all of these emotions as my teachers, someone who can find me, someone who can give me comfort and acknowledgement, because they tell me what is needed. If I'm afraid of uncertainty, if I'm, let's say, afraid of losing a job, what does that emotion tells me? It is maybe the fear of uncertainty, right? But it also tells me that I am capable of having those emotions. It is a blessing already. And I'm sure I can do what it takes to tackle those uncertainties, to tackle those circumstances. And keeping a journal, as I said, and spending time in nature, this is so important, because it's beautiful by itself, by being in nature, by getting the fresh air, but also really feeling the connectedness, the closeness with, or the oneness with everything that surrounds us. And right now it's so beautiful outside. I'm sure you enjoy every moment by just enjoying the transition in the climate, transition in the nature, just exemplifying our life in general, how it is also always shifting, always changing. What it takes from us is just enjoy it and adapt. So now I want to quickly say about heartfulness. It is a worldwide movement that really just encourages everyone to tune into your heart. It's a global non-for-profit organization, and it's present in more than 150 countries with millions of practitioners meditating at the same time. There is scientific and evidence that heart-based meditation works by reducing the level of stress and anxiety, by adding to the longevity of the practitioners. The unique feature of heartfulness and what it makes it different from other meditation practices, it's yogic transmission, pranahuti, that goes from to the heart of those who are meditating, with the sole purpose of helping them to feel the connectedness with their heart, to feel and to see, to show that it is there. And then really doing the spiritual work. It's simple because all it takes for us just to close our eyes and tune into our hearts. And it's natural because wherever you are, you're not asked to stand in some kind of yogic position or asanas. All you need to do is find a comfortable chair and close your eyes. And then listening to the Heartfulness facilitator's voice, you can really just relax your body and go into meditation. And of course, it's always free. So that brings me to the actual Heartfulness meditation. And we will, what we'll do, we'll relax for about 5-7 minutes. And then we're gonna just transition from when I say you can now start meditating, we will go into the silent mode. But I assure you, the work continues throughout the meditation. And then when it's over, I will announce that the meditation is over and I'll invite you back into the virtual room. Okay, so let me just stop sharing maybe here so that we don't get, maybe I'll just leave it like that. Let's see. We'll probably leave it like this. All right, again, let's find a comfortable position. And I want you to sit comfortably and close your eyes very softly and gently. We'll begin from toes. So just wiggle your toes and make them feel relaxed. Feel how your ankles are relaxing, your feet. You'll feel a bit of a vibration coming from the floor into your feet. Relax your feet, relax your ankles. Feel how your knees are relaxing. Relax your hips, the stomach, and waist. Let go of any tension that you may feel in your stomach and relax it. You may feel gently how your back is touching the chair. So bring your awareness to your back, to your lower back and upper back, and feel how the vibration that brings relaxation is spreading all the way from the bottom of your back up to the upper back. Now relax your whole back. Bring your attention to your chest. Feel how your chest is rising gently and lowering with each breath that you take. So relax your chest. If you feel any tension, any vibration that's unpleasant, just bring your awareness to that part and suggest to yourself that it is relaxing. Your chest is relaxed. Bring your attention to your shoulders. Both shoulders are natural position, spread and lowered. So relax your shoulders. Relax your upper arms, your elbows, lower arms. Now feel how the vibration or the energies getting out of your arms through the fingertips, taking with them all the attention that has now left your body. Bring your attention to your neck. Relax your neck muscles. Feel how your neck is now in a very natural position. Bring your awareness to your face. Let's relax our eyes, nose, mouth. You can drop your jaw if it needs to be. Just relax. Relax the top of your head, your forehead, and the back of your head. So feel how your whole body is now relaxed from bottom all the way to the top. You can scan your body. Any part of the body needs your attention, stay with it. Revisit that area and ensure that it is relaxed. Now move your attention to your heart. Maybe you can even feel the heartbeat. Stay with your heart for a little bit. Feel immersed in the love and light emanating from your heart. If you have any thoughts during the meditation, let them gently pass. Just acknowledge you have a thought, and it's okay to have a thought or two or a few. But every time you catch yourself thinking, bring attention back to your heart. Let yourself again feel immersed in the quiet, still of your heart, and slowly become absorbed in yourself. You can start meditating for about 20 minutes when I'll let you know that it's over. very gently, and then slowly bring your awareness back into this room. I want you to take a note of how do you feel now compared to how did you feel before the session. Just take a mental note. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes and stop meditating. The reason we take a note, it becomes a habit after you meditate every time to kind of assess whether how efficient and effective the meditation is. What are you feeling? What new maybe feelings or kind of a state of your body that you are in, that your meditation hasn't developed, so we can really. But usually, people would say that you feel more peaceful, your mind kind of slowed down, all the chatter kind of dissipated, and some people might feel a little more centered. So you can now just note that in your journal. I always recommend to have a meditation journal so that you can, from one session to another, you can really notice progress, because nobody really know until you notice. So yeah, this is what I had, and of course, feel free to, maybe we'll unmute at the time when we have question and answer session, so that we can really, I want to hear from you in terms of what are your takeaways from this session. And then the question earlier that I asked, how do you maintain life balance at these uncertain times? Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kalia, for your presentation and for leading us through the meditation. I'm now going to stop the recording and open it up to everybody for their feedback and if there's any questions.